I'm going to tell you why right now that Lamelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets should do everything in their power to get their hands on Carmelo Anthony, the great legend Carmelo Anthony. This guy, Melo, is the answer to all the problems that the Charlotte Hornets are currently facing right now. It's truly troubling when you start to look at it. But Melo, this man has been around the block for a very long time. He could score the basketball still at a high level to this day. Melo is better than players right now currently on the Charlotte Hornets. They are down a lot. What's going on? We all understand the Miles Bridges situation, the elephant in the room. I'm not saying Carmelo will come in and just look for New York City Melo or Denver Melo, but I'm expecting, a formidable player. Melo is still an unstoppable player, ladies and gentlemen. He still attracts a double team. When they dump the basketball to Carmelo Anthony, you cannot play him single coverage. You understand? The Charlotte Hornets are very thin. They got a lot of young players as well. Carmelo Anthony would fit perfectly, with some of this young talent that they have here. I think he can help mold some of this talent. A lot of people, even with Lamelo Ball, a lot of people, tried to throw that Melo title, this, that, and the third. And like I said, Carmelo Anthony just shrugged all of that off. We all know Lamelo Ball and Melo have a great relationship. I'm pretty sure. It's no bad blood, it's a mutual respect. But the media and critics, they try to make something out of nothing. But when you got a guy like Melo, this is a grown man, ladies and gentlemen. We all know he is a Jordan Brand athlete, so I think he fits perfectly, with Mike, and like I said, he'll be pivotal for a James Bouknight, for a LiAngelo Ball, for a McDaniels, for all of these guys. You understand? Carmelo Anthony, he still can score the basketball at a high level at this age. He's a hell of a rebounder. Melo is a very vocal basketball player. He may not be a defensive player that you may be looking for, but this guy can anchor a defense vocally. He can help get guys in position. Melo don't stop talking when he out on that basketball floor, ladies and gentlemen. In the post, like I said, he's deadly. I believe Carmelo Anthony is still a top 5 post player in basketball to this day. Even at this age, a lot of people are not playing in the post, but I think Melo, he don't get enough credit for what he could do for young guys and young talent. Even with the Olympics, even for like some of the select team, people that didn't necessarily make the actual team, like the D'Angelo Russells of the world, other talents. Melo really helped mold them, really helped, took them under their wing. What he did for Porzingis vouchers for him. Porzingis was drafted 4th overall by the New York Knicks, really was brought in under hostile situations, and the fan base didn't think he was nothing. Carmelo took him under his wing. All the things Carmelo would do for the community as well, not only on the basketball floor. We all know Carmelo is doing a lot of great things, in New York, all over Denver, South Africa, everywhere, what's going on, Baltimore, so I can only imagine the things that he would do on the outskirts, in the city of Charlotte, and like I said, out. So it'd be crazy. That's a perfect situation for Melo, and to continue to add to the star power that's going on in Charlotte. That he will fit perfect with LaMelo Ball as well, because now that opens up the floor for Melo. You cannot leave Carmelo Anthony wide open. That's a no-go. So that's one less person that's gonna have to, help on LaMelo when he's penetrating. So listen, this is a shoe-in. Carmelo Anthony is still out there on the open market. That move is to be had. It's up to the Charlotte Hornets to go ahead and do that. They cannot mess around and keep playing around with these moves. These moves have to be made. Like I tell people, it's not always a home run with the Charlotte Hornets. Everybody's expecting them to just hit a major homer. A little move like Carmelo Anthony may be the fix. That could be the situation that take them and propel them back in the driver's seat in the East. Look, it was a lot of teams that missed the postseason last year. You know, Cleveland, New York, Washington, Indy. You know, a lot of situations. Like I said, even Atlanta. Like I said, they were the eighth seed. These teams have gotten better. You know, what move did the Charlotte Hornets make sure they held off some of these teams to make sure they, if not at the very least, back in the play-in? You know, Washington, they got Porzingis and they made a few moves, you know, before the season was over last year. Bill on the Supermax, you know, so he's comfortable, you know, so it's going to be crazy. You know, Indiana, they looking to get back. New York, they got Brunson. Everybody's counting them out. They didn't make the move for my man Donovan Mitchell, even though they could have, but they believed in that talent for some reason. They will have to deliver. Look out for the New York Knicks, y'all. That's a team that I'm telling you, I better watch out. So it would not behoove the Hornets to go ahead and get Carmelo Anthony, because I think that's another sneaky move that could pay dividends. Melo could come in and start for you. Melo could be a six man off the bench. Melo could definitely relieve the heat off of these young players, especially in key pivotal moments in the game. When the game is crucial, when the big shot is needed, you know, just to ease the bench, ease the young guys in key pivotal moments. And Carmelo Anthony would help the Charlotte Hornets at the very least get back to the play-in, if not all the way to the postseason. You know, Melo, we all know this dude done played in big games. I mean, he was in the conference finals against Kobe Bryant. He led the New York Knicks to the second best record in the Eastern Conference one season. You know, this guy's a talent. You know, we all know the knock on Carmelo Anthony it never was the talent. It was just, you know, the championship. That's the only thing Carmelo Anthony is lacking from just an impeccable career. You understand? I think that's the only thing, you know. But at this time, you know, Carmelo Anthony would be great, you know, molding young talent as well. And I think the Charlotte Hornets got a harvest of young talent that's talented. You know, could you imagine what Carmelo could do for a PJ Washington? You know, to be working out with him. You know, I mean, are you serious? You know, and Carmelo Anthony, they don't give him enough credit for taking care of his body as well in his later years. Carmelo is very disciplined now. He not much more now than he was as a younger player. You know, so I think that will rub off on, you know, some of the young guys as well, and also the way he trains. Carmelo Anthony is a gym rat. You know, so he would fit perfect with this team, man. This is a sneaky move that I'm urging the Charlotte Hornets to make. I believe that they need to do this at all cost. And like I said, Lamelo needs to urge this to happen, you know, because I think this is what the doctor is ordering. Because what else is out there? You know, you got to think of what else. Okay, don't do this, but what else is out there? And you tell me. The Hornets can and should make a sneaky move to get back in position to make sure, you know, you are holding off teams like the Detroit Pistons and, you know, the Orlando Magics of the world and things of that nature. You know, you want to make sure you stay, you know, a step ahead of them. And I think Carmelo is that move. It's Flight Sports TV. Hit that like button and most definitely hit that subscribe button.